Hi everyone, this is Tara Keffer of The Business of Balance, the place where women, and especially moms, come to find more balanced, joyful, and fulfilled lives through life and career coaching, yoga, and essential oils. So this is my first video in a little while because my family has been moving from Virginia to Pensacola, Florida. So we're settled in our new house now. This is the first video coming from my new house. As you can see a little bit behind me, it's really exciting. We are loving it here so far, even way more than I thought we would. So not even 2 weeks and we're really happy and getting involved in the community, and it's just been really great. So today's video, I want to keep it short and sweet. I think my baby might be waking up. So, but my husband took my older two to see Finding Dory and then out to lunch. So I think I might finally have a few minutes if I could get through this. So I'll keep it short. But I was going to share a video today or this weekend, or really on Friday, but I'll tell you what happened on Friday that prevented me from making this video then. But I was going to talk this week about the Miracle Morning book that I've been reading and how that's been going, trying to put what is recommended in that book into practice. But I think I'm actually going to work more on the Miracle Morning this week, since it's my husband's first week back to work since we moved here, and we'll kind of be more into a regular routine. I really need to start putting the Miracle Morning into practice, since it's going to be me and 3 kids alone again every day starting this week. So I will share more on how that goes in next week's video. And my husband takes command of the boat down here on Friday, so I'm not sure if I'll get next week's video out on Friday, but definitely sometime next weekend about the Miracle Morning. But what I wanted to talk about today is what happened this past Friday, and just it's a good story and kind of a lesson that came out of it. So we just moved into this brand new house down here in Pensacola, and we've been working pretty much day in, day out to get our house set up and just kind of make everything perfect. We've gotten rid of so much stuff that we don't need. We're just trying to simplify and just pare down all our stuff. We realize we have way more stuff than we actually need. And I don't think that since my husband and I moved in together in 2008, 8 years ago, we've ever really gotten rid of anything. We got married, had 3 kids, and we've just acquired stuff and not gotten rid of stuff. So we just have way too much stuff. So we've gotten rid of a lot, which feels really good. And just trying to make this house perfect. We've been looking forward to moving in here for so long. So we've been making a lot of progress. And then on Friday, I was out with my older daughter, well, and the baby too, and we came home, and Ben was in the kitchen, and there was this little like baby food jar of leftover paint from when they painted the cabinets in the kitchen, and our cabinets are like a dark gray. Which actually looks really nice. But anyways, there was some leftover paint, I guess, if we needed to do any touch-ups or anything like that. And for whatever reason, the jar was on its side in one of the drawers in the kitchen, and it was leaking a little bit. So Ben wanted to clean that up out of the drawer, but it really wasn't a big deal, and it was in the drawer. But then when he went to move the jar, it was kind of dripping down the side. So he picked it up by the lid, but the lid wasn't secure, so the jar fell out from under the lid. And I don't even know exactly how it happened, even though I was standing right there, but the jar fell and the paint went everywhere, all over our brand new kitchen, which is probably my favorite part of the house. And the dark gray paint was splattered all over our wood floor. It splattered on the kitchen cabinets. It somehow was all in the kitchen sink, on the kitchen counters, the granite countertops, the dishwasher, the backsplash, the windowsill, the window. Luckily, a couple drops that splattered towards the stove got on just the dish towel that was hanging on the stove and not the stove itself. So I remained pretty calm because I knew in that moment I had to be calm, and I think that's actually one of my strengths is remaining calm in moments like that. Um, because I knew that Ben probably wasn't going to be calm. And he actually kept it together pretty well, but I mean, he's the one that found this house. He's done the majority of the legwork getting this house, just in tip-top shape. I mean, it's brand new, so there's not much to do, but as far as getting all our stuff set up, and I looked at him, and I don't think I've ever seen my husband as close to crying as in that moment, except for maybe when we got married, because he did cry a little bit then. But besides that, I don't think I've ever seen him this close to crying. And we just went to work, starting to clean it up, and he was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get this paint off. I need to look, I need to research, I need to this, that, because he didn't want to ruin anything. And I just kind of just started cleaning it up. And I realized that if I used my nail, it kind of just would scrape it off. So we got a sponge, it has that green, what do you call that thing? Like the scratchy part of the sponge, and got it off the sinks and the countertops, and then it took two of us on our hands and knees with sponges to get it off the hardwood floor, and we spent a good 2 hours, the two of us, just scrubbing the kitchen, at least 2 hours, maybe 3, on Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Luckily, the baby was asleep most of the time, and the older two were just watching TV. And the damage was minimized. Our floor is not perfect, but I think you can't tell that much unless you really look at it. And there's a little chip of paint or two on the windowsill that can be fixed, and then there's 3 kitchen cabinets now that will have to be refinished because there's no way to get just the paint that's splattered off without getting the rest of the paint off on the cabinets. So we'll have to get that taken care of. But so it was kind of this crisis with our kitchen on Friday, and that's why I didn't post a video then. But I was inspired to share about it because these things happen, and I always try to look, I think that's just something that comes natural to me, but I just naturally try to look to a positive out of any situation. And I have to say, I mean, this wasn't like the worst thing that could have happened. Obviously, there are much worse things that could happen, and nobody was hurt. Everybody was okay. It was just with our house and our kitchen, which was obviously disappointing because we've been here like a week. But in the grand scheme of things, it could have been a lot worse. And actually, something that I thought was really great out of the whole thing, if I have to, not that I'm happy that it happened, but if I have to look at an upside, is that spending 2 hours or more with my husband, just kind of the two of us working together to get this mess cleaned up. All the other little crap that we had been, just in, get it done mode, checking off the to-do list, worried about this, that, and the other thing, all that little stuff, it just wasn't important anymore. And it's unfortunate how sometimes it takes like a bigger problem to make you realize that the little stuff really, it doesn't matter that much. And as much as we love this house and we want it to be this great home for our family, it doesn't have to be perfect, so kind of forced us to let go of perfection as well. But the very best part was the two of us on our hands and knees working together. It just, I think, in an unspoken way, made us realize that, this is life, and we have 3 kids, and we're moving around every 2-3 years, and it's crazy and it's messy, and but we're in this together, and And after that experience and just seeing my husband in this kind of vulnerable state where I thought he was going to cry and just all of a sudden just jumping in and working together to make the best of it, I feel like that couple hours on the floor, it took our marriage to a better place than it's been in a long time. And not that it's been bad, but you just realize that you're doing this thing called life together as a partnership, and that you love each other, and it doesn't matter what happens. At the end of the day, we have each other, we have our family. And I think, like I said, it was an unspoken thing, but the last couple days, I feel like our marriage has been better than ever. I mean, we ended up even kind of like making out on the kitchen floor during the middle of all that, because we just realized, what's important is each other, and not, having this perfect kitchen or, anything like that in front of the kids. And everything's kind of like something you would see in a movie or something, I think. So it was just a reminder, and I just wanted to share that to remind people that, crappy stuff happens, but you need that crappy stuff to appreciate the really good stuff. And when the crappy stuff does happen, it's important to find a lesson in it, or just find the positive to it, because everything really does happen for a reason. And I know that this, in the grand scheme of things, again, is minor, and when something really tragic happens, it is harder to find, or it almost seems impossible to find an upside to it. Like, when a tragedy happens, like Orlando, or what happened in Paris a few months back, usually at least if it's extremely difficult to find a positive, but it's usually the people banding together and just seeing the real humanity that comes out of it. And that, it's unfortunate that it takes a tragedy for people to come together like that sometimes. So I just had a couple challenges today. If you're willing to accept this, I would love for whoever's watching this to share in the comments if you've had an experience where it was a bad thing that actually turned into a good thing, and the positive that you learned out of it. And also, I would like you today, if you could find a way to just find that raw humanity with someone, whether it's your family or a community group or something, just a way to connect emotionally and not wait for a tragedy or for, a bad thing, a scary thing to happen to bring you together. And I would love to also hear in the comments how you did that, if you do accept this challenge and go out and do that. Otherwise, my baby's crying, so I gotta go. I'll be back next weekend with a new video. Take care. And don't forget to like The Business of Balance on Facebook if you don't already. And you can email me at tara@thebusinessofbalance.com if you have any questions about my coaching, my business, or this video. Thanks. Bye.